Please, Chitrai, I can explain. The latest batch of cultists knew nothing of the astral prism. They were just trying to find Moonrise. They all head there. My Gish have drafted plans to assault the tower. They are ready to fight, Chitrai. We could sift the missing artifact from the tower's ashes if you would give us...
Quiet. Find the astral prism, Therazin. My patience falters.
Yes, Chitrai. You heard him! Go!
Do as she says. She remains your Kithrak. For now.
Shut those doors. This is not a public forum. An Istik in my creche. You are one of the mercenaries sent to bring the weapon.
Don't tell her anything.
It is small, angular, metal, adorned with Tirsu script. Stolen by true soul heretics.
You realize she seeks the artifact you carry.
What was that look? You know something. Do you have it? Then stop wasting my time, Istik! You are one of the mercenaries we engaged, are you not? I have business to attend to. Return with the weapon, or do not return at all.
Where am I needed?
Still breathing, despite everything.
A hero at heart.
Violence hasn't gone unnoticed. It's about to be returned.
much for peace. What do I have to lose?
A tale for the ages.
Well, that's dealt with. But she wasn't the one pulling the strings here. Ah, that put the wind back in my sails.
Maybe I need more pockets. Better not be cursed.
A map of the Sword Coast. What are the Gith planning?
What's hiding here?
Who would be... Oh, it is you. Make haste. We have business to conduct.
This place is even more foreboding than the rest of the creche.
It's unnerving. This place makes my skin crawl.
It's never been that simple before. I don't know why it would be now.
If this place is as inviting as other aspects of Githyanki culture, we'll be in for an interesting time to say the least. Of course. I couldn't leave such a treasure behind. I'll find it a place of honor in the camp. I suppose I owe you my thanks. Unlikely I'd have found this without you leading the way. In any case, it was certainly not what I expected to find in the Underdark. I wonder... perhaps this is connected to the Dark Justiciars. This is no coincidence, I'm sure of it. I need to keep an eye out for more signs. Learn more about the Justiciars' presence in these lands. It could be important. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a Dark Justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. Thank you. I should have known you'd be understanding. I'm not sure I'd agree, but very well. What do you want to know? What? Shah's tenets? If you like. Most fear the dark, like children. Because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals. We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths.
This place is enlightening. My own creche, Kalir, is remote and sunless, cloaked in the silence of wild space. My Savage would find this one altogether too genial.
Guest, please approach. We have much to discuss. My Arden spoke of one of our kin that escaped a crashing Geik slave vessel.
Ch'rai. Vlaakith's justice in flesh.
You have accomplished much, child. I am pleased to finally meet you. I heard there is so much goblin blood on your hands that it soaks their children's nightmares. To business. I suspect you plucked something precious from the Geik ship. Something that belongs to us. The weapon. Give it to me.
Don't do it. The weapon is how I protect you.
Do it. Do not disobey the Inquisitor.
Indeed. And what does it protect you from? You really have no idea what it is, do you? But you are not wrong to observe that you need protection. Once the Grand Design comes into effect and the Illithid Empire is restored, all life will be over as you know it. We took an interest in you when you became involved with this absolute cult. A pestilence of infected slaves, the first symptom of the Grand Design in action. But you are lucky. That weapon you carry is the solution. I have heard it from Queen Vlaakith herself. Hand it over.
Do not try me. Hand over the artifact or die by my hand. hate that you speak the truth. Choose. Your path is mine to follow. Our fate is forged. Mother Gith, guide us.
Your illustrious adventure. Crush Yillik, with me, to the death.
Make it hurt. Time to kill. Don't linger.
Swift and lethal.
best be on my way.
Bamboozle them. There's blood in the air.
Never a dull moment. Cutting to the chase.
Inquisitor Wargas was potent. We are impressed.
My queen. Skarsai.
You are permitted to look upon me. You are invited to kneel.
The Deathless Queen has spoken. You will obey.
These attendants you keep, you taught them well, my child. My Lae'zel.
Chma Zalav Lakith. You know me.
Erlon of Kalir speaks most highly, as did Achaya before. You seek purity. I may yet grant it. Istik, you bear that which is ours. But are you friend, or are you thief? No! It is not yours! To own something is to know it. That weapon you carry. The Astral Prism. It is corrupted.
I will cleanse it for you, my queen. Tell me how.
There is someone inside. Their mind is warped, broken. A blight! They are an agent of the Grand Design, sent to sabotage the Astral Prism. Our last defense against the return of the Illithid Empire! As long as they live, the prison is compromised. Kill them! Do this, and I will cleanse you and your allies. Do this, and ascend!
Ascension. My queen. An honor gained. A burden borne. Choose. But know this. The cost of refusal is great.
Not merely great, Lae'zel. Eternal. Planecaster's power to enter the artifact. Be wary of the creature's lying tongue. Cut it out if you must. You will not leave this room until it is done.
Barna's in. Our each step with purpose. Vlaakith has spoken. Do not leave this room except to enter the prism. Turn your back on me, and you will feel my blade against it.
Might be useful. What's in here? No traps, please.
Don't do it!
comes out of the astral prism as it begins to flower. Your mind burns hot with excitement. A timeless space, bounded, compressed in a fold. A pocket of astral plane.
Boundless. Timeless. Like every dream that ever was stitched together. It is home.
Still in control. Just. Don't mind if I do.
So you came, in spite of all my warnings. Disappointing. Come, we will talk in private. Just the two of us. I may have made a mistake, trusting you. I told you to stay away from the Githyanki, but you just couldn't help yourself. Could you? And now... you've come here to murder me. Very well. What do you want to know? Vlaakith wants me dead because I know her secret. It is a secret so great that if her people ever found out, that would be the end of her rule, the end of her. That same secret is how I've been protecting you from the Absolute. I can hear your thoughts. You think I'm lying? Vlaakith warned you that I would try to deceive you. But consider this. What reason have I to deceive you? I want the same thing as you. Freedom. I'm on your side. I have been since the very beginning. It seems I was right to put my faith in you after all. Thank you. Vlaakith will be furious, to make no mention of your Githyanki companion. The Lich Queen fears nothing more than the loss of her empire. The knowledge I have of her deception will bring that about. Godlike in power, yes, but with none of the sanctity. Vlaakith is lying to her people. She pretends to know how Gith destroyed the Mindflayer Empire. In truth, she knows nothing. If the Illithid Empire were ever to return, she would be incapable of stopping them. And if her people found out about her impotence, there would be mutiny, revolution, the end of her rule. But that very power, the power to resist Illithid control, which Vlaakith only pretends to know, is how I've been protecting you. I suppose she hoped to extract it from my corpse. Since you spared me that fate, she will come for you. She most certainly will. I have delayed long enough. The next attack is overdue, and I can't risk you being caught in the middle of it. I need you out there, searching for the Absolute. You were on the right path, to Moonrise Towers. Return to it. I hope you are ready to face Vlaakith's wrath. The entire Kresh stands ready to kill you in her name. Good luck.
Speak. Have you killed my queen's enemy? Vlaakith does not lie to her faithful. Open your mind. Show me.
Your mind tingles. Lae'zel seeks entrance. Your thoughts become one. She sees the truth of your confrontation in an instant.
Vlaakith Tafkinazin. I see only madness. Vlaakith bears the full might of Tunarath's arms, and the covenant of the Great Mother Gith. Skvar! We are leaving this place, now! I'm glad you came to your senses. Now leave, before the others come for us. Vlaakith. Vlaakith! I have wielded your fury as a blade, roared your wrath as a dragon. You promised ascension. Yet I crawl among my own people, low as an asp's belly. Shkageth! I followed your path. What good? This heart of stone, for it to be shattered. She tests me. A trial of faith. Kalir prepared me. Only the heaviest souls soar to the astral. Yes. Yes. I might gain Vlaakith's favor yet. Silence! I must think. Indolence breeds madness.
Can't give up now.
The statue starts to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck.
All right. Nearly had it.
The statue starts to rotate, but its rusty mechanism jams stuck.
Nearly had it. The statue's revealed a hidden door. Curious. Best be on my way. Remarkable that this stayed hidden all this time.
If thou readst this, trespasser, turn back, lest your life be forfeit.
can hardly breathe. Thou shalt return to me. Thou shalt have my blessing.
Etched on its face is an image of the dawning sun. You recognize the symbol. It belongs to those sworn to Lathander, god of dawn and renewal. Whatever madness this spirit suffers was inflicted by Lathander's enemies, followers of Shah. And this madness may flow into you.
That thing's tainted. Better to leave it than bear a dead man's grudges.
You feel a chuckle coming on, but it soon fades.
How many die today? How many die tomorrow? Quite a heavily guarded treasure. Good job we got past those protections.
The better the...
Is this it? Seems a little underwhelming for a... Let's have a look. No time to dally.
What a day.
What to do? all for me.
We are permitted to walk. Such a lack of discipline. Severely in Kalir.
Walk freely? This place is as tight as a patriarch's purse.
We should have been disarmed on entry. I'm pleased we weren't, but it's strange.
No doubt they found me too intimidating.
You bow, or you break.
Nothing important is ever easy. Have to keep going.
I'm ready. Step quick. Let's play.
On my way. I wonder if this is worth the cost. swift as my feet can carry me.
This feels good. Sounds like fun.
You will not take me. Take you. Take you.
Another fight. Let's go.
Let's have some fun.
No time to waste.
No choice but to keep going.
The dance macabre. Let's move.
Don't mind if I do.
It's been a long day. Better stop to rest soon.
dog wags his tail, a small bag clenched between his teeth. He gives in and surrenders his find to you.
Can't afford to stay idle. Well, so much for peace. Light on my feet.
I am fury. I am death.
Time for a cull. Let's go.
Let's end this. Have to keep going.
Very well.
There's blood in the air. This way.
Another day, another fight. What path lies before me?
Shall we cut and run? Break them.
Better than nothing. Walk in death. Maybe I need more pockets. This good slate looks like the other. Another story about the Githyanki prince.
This imposing portrait depicts a powerful Githyanki warrior, undeniably regal in her mien.
Vlaakith herself. She is both the sun that blinds us and the void that contains us. Praise be.
In the corner of the painting is a small symbol you can't quite place. As hard as you rack your brain, the symbol doesn't look like anything you've seen before. You take a moment to fully appreciate your masterpiece. She certainly looks a little less regal now.
A wretched display. I thought you better than such juvenile antics. On the move.
This. With pleasure.
I'm ready. Moving.
Take two.
Take wood.
Blood comes easy these days.
Make way.
Can you feel death's cold grip? Yes. Outmaneuver them.
Ready.
Hell's below, what's that? That's what was in there. Those brats deserve a taste of their own medicine.
Using magic around these things is more trouble than it's worth.
Death. You bow or you break.
first 10 protocols. The young must abide them, or bear the Savash's barbed whip. This Cresh's bunks look entirely too soft for my liking.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
A parasite, brimming with magic. Take it. A parasite. Take it. It might be useful. There's a parasite nearby. You should take a closer look.
The device.
The Zaithisk. Vlaakith, I will not. You walk the line.
The device is strange, made of taut flesh. You feel your parasite stir. Your body grows cold, its warmth sapped by the cold metal seat. The machine awoke. Layers of magic weave themselves tightly around your head. You realize the device is hunting your parasite. Your skull groans and bends under the pressure. Then, agony.
Skvar! The Zaithisk. It might have killed you. I felt your torment. The Gustil must have tampered with it. An aberrance I can't begin to comprehend. As is all of Kresh Yillik. This Zaithisk is a deviation. It was altered. There is no other explanation. Vlaakith must have some purpose, some design I'm not meant to see. In my queen I trust. One day soon she will honor me for it. She must.
useful.
Time to empty.
Your future ends now.
Let's turn someone inside out. With finesse. Excellent.
Swift and lethal. Make way.
On the move.
What's in here? Hope this ends well. Feel that one later.
Large green egg with an uneven shell. You can see a vague outline of something within it.
An unhatched Githyanki egg should be the burden of a Vash, not a warrior, whether ascended or otherwise. And yet, I'm drawn to the warmth of it. A child of Gith and a servant of Vlaakith grows within. Keep it close. Perhaps in our care, it might yet hatch. And don't you dare pass it to that lunatic woman prowling the mountain pass.
Something good here, I hope.
Fruit. Chuk. No Githyanki of worth would prefer this to a fresh kill.
I trust that an early payment has ensured swift action. What news of the Githyanki egg? Oh, you wonder... Hold on. It looks different to what I expected. Are you sure that's a Gith egg? What the Society doesn't know won't hurt it, and we're left handsomely legacied either way. I rather like this plan. You have yourself an accord. What a creative solution. I hope we can work together again someday. Thank you so much. I should hope so. When adventure calls, I am always thoroughly prepared. Take a look. Now,
Someone doesn't like visitors.
Taking position. Let's finish this. Have to keep going. I am fury. I am death.
Time to push my luck again. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Can you feel death's cold grip? Don't linger.
Taking position.
Take your
Can't even catch my breath. Best be on my way. Blood comes easy these days. Nothing will stand in my way. Let's have a look. Broken. Need to find another way. Don't mind if I do.
What's that?
Who there, wanderer? Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man. May I inquire if perchance you retain among your traveling companions a man who adheres to the given name of Gale? Ever a man of leisure. Would it pain you greatly to assist me along the little voyage I intend to undertake to this aforementioned camp? And I would confirm it to be so. Please, after you. My thanks for your excellent guidance. Ah, and yonder I spy the object of my pursuit.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf.
I don't understand. How so on my behalf?
I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Waterdeep washed away your decorum as well as your patience? Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name. Drank naught but what the sky entitled my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you won't begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it? And a great kindness that would be. See, Gale, even in these barren parts, the art of hospitality begets inspired new works, if only one keeps up the practice.
Oh, for the love of...
Fine, fine. I'll turn a deaf ear to the clarion calls with which my scorned stomach beseeches me. Graver matters are at hand. Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words ladled with import should be savored so as to better absorb their meaning. Wouldn't you agree?
Elminster.
Right. You see, well, that is to say, Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. I'm here on behalf of Mistra. The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
The long-awaited question. Now, if you please, Elminster, for the too long-awaited answer.
You know where you went wrong, Gale. No, we needn't dwell on that here and now. But even so, you're to be given a chance of redemption.
Mistra would consider forgiveness.
She would consider what she considers to be forgiveness. Mistra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils. They choose the instruments of their will with great precision. Sometimes the single drops we think we are do not realize what waves we are building up to be. Do not discount yourself, and by the same token, do not discount your enemy. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mystra's belief that only you can.
The orb.
Precisely. Mystra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will.
Interesting. This could be help or hindrance. We shall have to see.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
He is not. But it seems that Mystra is.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mystra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the Absolute. And for your sacrifice, you will be redeemed. Such is Mystra's promise. With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid.
Meine Hastra Mistraril Idalion Thras Annas Dithra.
It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
On my honor, I'm not sure yet I can say the same.
Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too the sky-strewn gods ordain the tidal fates of mortal days. And yet, an ocean born in lonely hours, come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the breadth of our dominion. Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will. Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, Elminster. I'm glad she chose you.
Just what I need.
An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days. A wizard doesn't reach Elminster's age without enjoying their home comforts. Those who seek danger over cheese don't tend to live as long. For Mystra to have sent him, the severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left. Of course. Kind of you to stop by.
Till of Lakith, has our queen sent a knight to slay me with his own blade?
Such informality, child. Does Justil Kithrak not command your respect?
Your blade speaks for you, Kithrak. You've come for blood.
Child of Gith, I've not come to kill you. I've come to aid you.
Don't trust him.
Skakek Kier Gith Shabeleth. My blade rests. Mother Gith compels you to listen.
Speak. My ear is yours.
I know you carry the astral prism, Lae'zel. Within it lies the seed of Vlakith's demise, and I intend to help you bring it to fruition.
Vlakith's demise? Skaketh! I should run you through for suggesting it.
I'm asking for your help and your trust. I've heard word from Kresh Yulik. You are infected, yet the one in the prism has chosen you, protects you with their power. The prism's tenant alone has the power to end Vlakith's tyranny. I've sought their freedom for eons. When the prism went missing, I feared the worst. Instead, you've granted the opportunity I've so long awaited. All that remains is the key that unchains them. And I've found someone who I believe can provide it. Bring the prism to Baldur's Gate. I'll be waiting in a taproom called Shares's Caress. That is where we decide the fate of my people. Lae'zel, together we will break our chains and be Vlaakith's slaves no longer.
I am no slave, just still Kithrak. The Undying Queen is my freedom. It is she who will purify me, and she who will ascend me.
Lies, Lae'zel, every last one. There is no purification, no ascension. The Zaith-Isk does not purify, it extracts memory and kills the infected. Nor does the Lich Queen glorify the ascended. She feeds on most all of them to grow her power and pursue godhood.
Madness! You flood me with this heresy. I will hear no more of it. I served Vlaakith the whole of my life. Learned her words, fought her battles, yet she names me her Sharlak. Your words carry truth. I will meet you in Baldur's Gate. Do not make me regret it.
Lae'zel, I see Talak Magir in you, sister in freedom. Together we will be our people's light. Take this. It is a Quanith, a psionic detector. The Queen's warriors hunt you. The Quanith will sound you out when you come near their portals. Hear its cry and prepare for battle, or slip away. I should go. Vlaakith's gaze pierces the seas and skies. She believes me loyal, and I can't afford her mistrust. Keep the astral prism close. Let no one take it from you. Slay any who try. Now to Baldur's Gate. I'll be waiting, Lae'zel.
Vlaakith Kosivim Chrath Crashet. Only in Vlaakith may we find light. These were the first words I ever read on Tirsu's slate. But they are no mere aphorism. They are law. They are creed. The root from which the 10,000 protocols stem. Forsake one protocol, and forsake Vlaakith. Forsake Vlaakith, and be the blood and meat which sates her dragons. If Voss speaks true, if Ascension is a lie, if tadpole purification is a fairy tale, then I have not sinned against Vlaakith. She has sinned against me. Obvious, you say, but does the dragon of the sky ever look to the worm and dream of crawling? I was taught but one way. The superior way, Vlaakith's way. Until now, I never thought Vlaakith a tyrant or me as a vassal. She was the source of my might, and I the envoy of her will. A warrior, a champion, a destroyer. Yes, we'll meet Kithrak Voss at Shares's Caress in Baldur's Gate. Until then, be vigilant. Vlaakith's eyes are upon us.
The Absolute's forces have taken Duke Ravengard to Moonrise Towers. A powerful asset. Just what are their intentions, I wonder?
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
I've got a long road ahead. Best get going. This place is dark beyond dark. You feel it too, right? I'm sticking to light wherever I can find it.
Are you the true soul? I'll take that as a yes. Listen up. Grab a torch, stay out of the dark, and move fast. The shadows have eyes. Go on!
This beast didn't go down without a fight. Gored to death by the look of it. What's inside? Wonder what's past this.
A pile of belongings, forsaken to the curse, so that their owners could escape with their lives.
Something over there.
To your church every day, my queen. Your followers are legion. faithful stand ready, Majesty. Soon we march. Soon the world will bow to you.
Here, we're boss. Something moved up there. Want me to drag it out?
What's this?
The Drider's eyes cut through the darkness, locking on you as your parasite squirms with excitement. Your minds connect, and you hear a voice whispering to you. The Absolute, or just the echoes of his fractured mind reverberating in the darkness.
One of your true souls, my queen. How have they survived? To make the darkness quiver with mere song. You must have blessed them, my queen. But if so, where is their lantern? Majesty, is this true? Did I not serve you well? Very well. If it is your will, you can have it!
What do you mean, go?
We can't go without you. The shadows will tear us to pieces.
This is not Her Majesty's will! If it is Her Majesty's will...
You can't be serious. You know what's out there.
If it is Her Majesty's will, then we shall walk! She will protect us. She must.
As the sounds fade, there is nothing left but cold, still silence. The lantern gives off a chilly glow, protecting all in its vicinity from the surrounding shadows. You notice a tiny pixie trapped within. These fey creatures are infamous for their trickery. Sometimes playful, sometimes malicious.
Oh please, oh golly, me oh my. You must release me or I'll die. This lantern only lights the way when I am hurting night and day. My pixie dust is bright as day. My injuries can light the way.
Cruelty and cleverness are all too common bedfellows. Let's side with cleverness alone, shall we? See what we can do to save this verse-loving pixie.
Finally! Been trapped in that coffin with no one but a mad rider and my own farts for company.
Did me a good turn there, didn't you? What do I owe you? Sure I can, but will I?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Here, give this bell a shake. Speak the magic words, and you'll get what you've earned. Protection from the shadow curse. What more could a dingus want? You're welcome.
Curious little thing.
Hippus.
That might be worth a look.
There is a darkness to these warriors that endures even now, long after their lives were spent. But who did they serve?
I'll take that. Crates and caravans. The town toll house, surely.
Enormous for a toll house. Must have teemed with merchants back in the day.
Hauliers and merchants wanted. Sail the silvery seas, gaze upon the gate. No experience required.
Time to press ahead. First step is the hardest.
finding my way. No gloom, all doom. Step to it.
Aye, aye. My little trick.
On my way.
No holding back. Two steps at a time. Tale for the ages.
idea.
Defender of the people.
How many die today? How many die tomorrow? Open up.
Moonrise Towers lies ahead. We're nearing the heart of the Absolute. I'm certain of it.
Then let us push forward, heads high, weapons in hand, and turn this tower to rubble.
Ask ahead. Or I, as the case may be.
We're close. I can feel it. The Absolute. Its power is strong here.
Playtime's over, pet.
Oh, I love this time of year. The dickheads start popping up wherever you look.
What do you want, Mizora?
Drop the attitude and perk up your ears. You've got a new mission. Absolute's cult has gone and grabbed one of Zariel's assets. A devil. And a powerful one at that. They're locked up in the cult's fortress, Moonrise Towers. And you're getting him out. Clause Z, Section 13. Should promised soul refuse obeyance or neglect duty, the pact holder shall cast the promised into Avernus as a lemure. I'll make it simple. Will fails or refuses, and he turns to a thick blob of stink flesh and sinks to Avernus. Now, be a good boy and play fetch, pup, or you'll spend an eternity sizzling in the hells.
Mizora's words may be flippant, but they are tinged with desperation. She cannot afford for Will to fail this mission. This may be your best chance to negotiate Will out of his pact.
Oh, and what condition is that?
Your mind links with Will's, drawn in by his increasing panic.
What are you doing?
Will relaxes, and your connection fades.
Interesting. Now, why should I go letting my favorite pet off his leash?
You recall an old incantation from a children's story, said to void a devil's contract. Abi diabole et nunquam redi.
I've never seen such a fearless display of sheer idiocy. Bravo! Fine. I'll play your game. But I amend the pact once the mission's done, not before. Clause F, Section 9. Soulbinder shall bestow reward or favor only upon soul bearer's fulfillment of related obligation. Now, to Moonrise, pet. And do mind the shadows. They've been especially hungry.
The more bullshit she pours, the more of it I'm forced to swallow.
Mazora set me on fiends inside and outside the Hells. She's never ordered a rescue.
Gods. She makes a mockery of everything the Blade stands for. Such an asshole.
Not a one. All that matters is that we free it. Fail, and I'm made a mindless blob clawing at demons on the front lines of the Blood War.
Were I a less considerate man, this is where I'd remind you of the importance of reading the fine print. But fear not, I shall bite my tongue.
And it means everything to me. I always knew what my future held, and I know I chose right. Thank you for sticking your neck out for me. I mean it. But I'm not going to celebrate till I'm actually free. I can feel Mazora scheming, plotting. She won't let me go without making a fuss. Trust me on that. Not so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist, brave as Baldur and stubborn as a deep Rothay, daring, outspoken, but hardly posh. I spent more time dueling with Father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly dance. It's been a badger's age since I've twinkled my toes. A drunk ogre could put on a better show. Well, give it some time, develop a bond, and maybe I'll show you a move or two. I promise, clumsy oaf is well within my repertoire. He brings to mind a story. An old fairy tale my father read to me. A farmer made a deal with the devil. So the story goes. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach. We can learn a lot from fairy tales. Don't you think? Refuse him, no matter how tempting the offer. No matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you, the cost will be too great. That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything. It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks.
Oh, Will! Your horns are deadly! So much character.
Character, you say? Well, who couldn't use a bit more of that? Though I'll have to take your word for it. I've been avoiding my own reflection. Friend, be my mirror. What do you see? I can't tell if you're being silly or serious. I'll accept the flattery either way. I suppose I'll grow used to the new me, horns and all. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
God damn it! Why did it have to be Mizora? Why did it have to be Zariel? We're supposed to risk our necks to get one of her assets? What if it's a runaway like me? Or something far worse? I never forget what Will did. Not ever. I'm here because of him. And I'd do just about anything to help him. But devils never lose. You know that, right? Sure, they'll give you a bit of tat here and there, but the house always wins.
Don't mind if I do. I need a moment for the two of us.
Hold close to the light and keep the shadows at bay. Seems unusual to me. Then again, we're talking about tadpoles inserted into our brains by rubber skin. All the more reason to stick close. I think you'll agree. Anger. I understand. We've been preyed on by elithids, suffered insertion of a mind-bending worm. Bloodthirst is another matter. But perhaps not too big of one, if it's a devil or demon's flesh you're wanting to tear. I think that unknowable powers... I can't say I'm not curious. But once you take an illithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you. All right, anything more we should discuss?
Do you feel that? I've never felt so cold, and that's me. This place will swallow us whole if we let it. Stick close to Mama Kay. The year, 10 air. The place? I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know, she put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell. Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again. Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults. Frosty gives me energy. Power. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close. I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but one of these days I'll sort the whole infernal affair out. But... copper for your thoughts.
Yes! We need to go find Damon. I'm going to get a hug soon!
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate demons, on the other hand. Every demon has absolutely sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for... Anyway, what were we talking about? We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride. It wasn't all that long ago. I never knew the whole of how... I should have looked after the Elterans more. Gone out of my way to make sure they were all right. The long and short of it was, I didn't want to risk my neck. But Avernus is no place for decent folk. I'm glad they got out. So glad. I don't think so. But, as for what's going on in your mind, maybe in mine, I'm certain there are answers out there. We'll find them together. Well, look. You've said it, right out loud. That takes guts. The guts you'll need to change. Or at least make sure you're channeled in the right direction. I've got enough enemies who could do with a good bloodletting, you know?
This place. There's a power in these shadows, I can sense it. It's ancient. Familiar. I'm not sure what else I can say, at least until I can remember more. She taught me, trained me, punished me. Often, I think I feel her influence when the wound pains me. Not even memories, just glimpses, impressions. Perhaps the wound is her doing, something Lady Shah bid her to do. I don't know. I understand why you ask, but memory loss is not as uncommon as you'd think. There may be other causes.
We aren't dear friends now, if that's what you're asking. But I trust we can all sleep a little more soundly in camp now. Well, apart from you, of course. You have an interesting definition of friendly, but yes.
Very serious of you. But go ahead. Well, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't been dwelling on becoming a Dark Justiciar. Perhaps seeing the power of Shah unleashed on that land is keeping the thought in my mind. But don't worry. I still have plenty of room for you in both mind and heart. It's a lot to process. Nautiloids, tadpoles, the escape, the wilderness. And now I've seen an entire land under the sway of Lady Shah's power. Honestly, I think I'm caught for words.
Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves. We've no solid leads right now, though. If you discover anything that might help us, I'm all ears. I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course. Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible. Thank you. And you're right. It's
quite splendidly, to give credit where it's due. Considering all we've been through, I think I was very lucky to find such favorable company. And attractive company too, no less.
Fine. What's on your mind?
I've never seen such a concentration of shadow magic. We must forge on, but carefully. It will corrupt any who lack the power to control it. It is the very antithesis of all the Weave stands for. A magic of confusion and corruption, drawn forth only by those desperate or damned enough to accept its degradations. Followers of Mystra, those who call on the true Weave, are expressly forbidden to indulge it. Mystra's domain is the Weave and the magic that courses through it. These shadows were drawn from another source, created by another goddess. Shah. Mystra cannot destroy it even if she wishes to, but she can try to ensure her followers resist its temptations. Now, I think it's time we moved on to lighter subjects, for we too are lost to the darkness. Was there anything else? She expects those who seek to use the Weave to do so honestly. I doubt she's asked many of her followers to blow themselves up. She wouldn't ask such a thing if it weren't our only means of survival. However much she's annoyed at me. Oh, you know me, ever the optimist. I'm trying to focus on the positives. Truth is, I was living on borrowed time already. Consuming those items would only have kept the orb sated for so long. If anything, I feel more at peace than I have in months. At least now I know my death will have purpose. It won't be a distant bang in the footnotes of history. I've no doubt she has the power to do so, but as for the permission, Ao would not look kindly on her meddling in mortal affairs. Divine intervention has a tendency to make things worse. As for Elminster, he saved the realms more times than legend can recount. To take on a god is no easy feat, even for him. My orb is the best chance we have. I know what it is to hunger. And I know what it takes to keep that hunger under control. So long as he sates his appetite elsewhere, I'm happy to give him the benefit of the doubt. Memory loss isn't usually a symptom of ceremorphosis. If it is, then again, our case isn't exactly usual. Perhaps, if ceremorphosis takes place, all trace of your former self will be subsumed into the Mind Flayer's hive. So, to still be here, if a mite forgetful, we all have those from time to time. I once wished a most impure demise on a colleague of mine who bought the last remaining copy of Etheril's Enchiridion of Enchanting Easements. It's a first edition. As regards to your own morbid little fantasies, I'm sure they're nothing to worry about. So long as they
It feels like we're being watched. Hunted, even. But there's nothing out there. Only more darkness. I much prefer it when I'm the one prowling in the shadows. About to strike. Sorry, did you want something? Or just looking for a distraction? What's to tell? I was sired by a vampire. Everything before that is so long ago it's ancient history. And everything that came after, well, I'd rather not reflect on it. I was a magistrate, working to keep the peace in Baldur's Gate, imprisoning troublemakers, that kind of thing. I can't remember much, truth be told. Centuries of torment will do that to you. I was attacked. A gang of vagrants, a tribe of wandering Gur. They beat me to death's door when Cazador appeared. He chased them off and offered to save me. Given that my choices were eternal life or bleed to death on the street, I took him up on the offer. It was only afterwards I realized just how long eternity could be. Why do you insist on exhuming the... I was a slave. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again. It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free and a true vampire. Yes and no. The problem is, once you're a vampire spawn, they completely control you. They have to allow you to bite them. And why would they do that? Vampires are power-hungry creatures. They won't lose a servant to create a competitor. Trust me, it doesn't happen. Not anymore. Which is all that matters, really. I didn't do anything. I was kidnapped, just like you. It seems Cazador wants me back. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord, and he turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor. It was him, I'm sure. It was a group of Gur that attacked me that night in Baldur's Gate. I would have died had Cazador not appeared and saved me. perhaps. He probably thought it was funny. But more likely, he's trying to send me a message. He's reminding me of his power. Even in the middle of nowhere, he can reach me. And he wants me back. Aha! Safe! Do you know the power? A vampire lord, he can change shape, turn into mist, call walls to do his bidding, shrug off blows like they're nothing. He could walk into our camp tonight and kill you with his bare hands. And you'd be lucky if death was the worst thing that happened to you. You don't understand. You don't know him. Just trust me when I say we need to be careful. He'll send more lackeys. He has plenty of souls to command. We just have to be vigilant, keep our wits about us, and kill any monster hunters on sight. We can probably make an exception for Will. Probably. Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours, but maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk. I won't lie. It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows. It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador. Figuring out what's happening to us, confronting a god called the Absolute, and then finding time to kill my old master before he can control me once more? Yes, that's an option, but I wouldn't bet eternity on it. Cazador, sired 7 spawn. Me and my 6 brothers and sisters. I was one of his first. Some of the others came years later. He was a monster to us all. But did take special pleasure in my pain. He said, my screams sounded sweetest. Now that I'm gone, I don't know. I pity the other 6.
I sought to reach a Githyanki creche and be rid of these tadpoles. Now we stalk forgotten lands haunted by darkness. Ascension is a young Gith. Long ago, the Geich enslaved my people. They dominated our minds and bred us for war. From the day of our hatching, young Gith have one purpose: to train hard enough to slay a Geich and take its head. Then, we speak the rite of Ascension, and a red dragon comes to fly us to Vlaakith, in Tunarath, city of... We are honored with an eternal home in the Astral, celebrated for our victory. We are ascended. Or so I believed. Kalir's clutch held 3 dozen eggs, more or less, though I've learned of creches that harbored 100. Humanoid. How I despise the term. Githyanki are quite superior to humans. Our biology slates state that Githyanki came to lay eggs after we escaped Illithid enslavement and took to the astral plane. It's an asexual process, a favorable change by any estimation. Hideous to imagine a life where I couldn't partake in the pleasures of sex without the looming threat of bearing children. Shukiani. Githyanki chose... The Queen assigns when and where they must live. The Shukyani pass their eggs in the material plane. It is a meticulous process, carefully timed so that the eggs hatch at one. Go on then. My own Savage would never have threatened a youngling. A waste of time. The pupils themselves culled the weak from their I myself felled 4 of my own classmates once Kalir had 100 times circled Tyrell. Survival. My people have no use for cowards. Every trainee that I slayed was either too weak to withstand the lessons, or was cocky enough to pick a fight they could never win. They underestimated me, so they paid the price. The Githyanki are only as powerful as their weakest warrior. Jaquith de Venzir, the termination of the frail, strengthens us.
Your mind connects with Lae'zel's, and together you envision the Githyanki disc.
Another part of the Orpheus tale. This one has been translated to... Fine. The Prince of the Comet, Orpheus himself, led his honor guard in. The glorious prince cried to all who could hear him. Praise be to my mother Gith, the queen. But the true heir, the Prince of the Comet, could not overcome Vlaakith's knights and their ill-gotten worms. Mighty Voss, Gestil Kithrak, lit the astral sky of when the ash had cleared. Beloved Orpheus, true heir, glorious prince. There's no greater crime than to exalt the pretend. Ceramorphosis takes all of you. Mind, body, but our tadpoles are far from ordinary. I wonder if another factor's in play. Many a good warrior savors the scent of blood in the air. Too many, though. My suggestion. Attack with purpose and savor your kills.
The Shadow Curse is upon us. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands. I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say. Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order. There's also the Shadow Curse. It's an affront, and I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago. But I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection. Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years. But to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source. This land is more than just soil and rock, root and leaf. It is a living being, but since the curse was unleashed, I have not felt his presence. He is its prisoner, I fear, but if we can find him, we can break the curse. If you learn anything of the Shadowfell, or of a boy with the forest in his eyes, find me at once. Oakfather shield you, my friend. It's not easy, seeing the ravages of the Shadow Curse. But your camp is a most welcome solace. You've shared your fire with me, your company. A small pocket of light against the darkness, but one I couldn't do without. Thank you. you're too modest by far. What fate would I have met without you? Rotting in the goblin cells? Dying against an onslaught on the grove? More good has been done since I met you than in 100 years before. Words cannot express my gratitude. Yes, I think you do. Forgive me. Sometimes I forget myself, gazing on the beauty of nature's creations.
That's far enough.
His thoughts invade your own, probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
My apologies. Welcome back, true soul. What news? General Ketherick's advisor went off on a field trip. Zarel's in charge till he gets back.
You'll find Zarel in the audience chamber, true soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
That's what I call an invitation. Let's find Zarel and get this caravan moving.
There can be no doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover the secret of the Absolute.
Another true soul. The disciple will want to see you through the main doors.
I will not be slandered! General, you saw my reports. You know it's not my fault.
The facts suggest otherwise. You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
If I had been given drow warriors instead of goblin trash!
Oi! What? You scrag!
Enough!
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
Let me make sure I understand this. You're claiming that General Thorm gave you the wrong soldiers?
Yes. No!
You blame the Absolute's Chosen for your failure?
Of course it is not the General's fault.
Whose then?
Zarel's mind is a steel trap, sharp, strong, and ready to clamp down on anything that intrudes. There's no way in.
The goblins! They failed me. They failed us all.
You lying little! And what would you do to those that have failed you?
They are put to death, obviously.
True. Ultimate failure must earn ultimate punishment. Night Warden Minthara, your crime is incompetence, and your sentence is death.
No!
Make her passing slow, Disciple Zarel. Be creative.
As the General's attention shifts to you, a memory stirs. A memory of this room, and his voice raised in anger.
I'm surprised to see you again, true soul. You are here to assist and not to meddle, I trust. I would remind you that while in my halls, you obey me, just as you would any other chosen. What say you about our Minthara? It is fitting that one mad dog should judge another. A pity, then, that her faith was so inadequate. Take her below.
No! Please! Mercy! Please!
Bye-bye, princess.
Kill the goblins, too.
What? No! You creaking old bag of shit!
I'm so sorry, my lord. She's an unbeliever outside my control.
Try again.
No! No!
Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, let us take advantage of our surprising guest and their particular creative genius. I'm sure the results will send a clear message to the troops on the importance of discipline.
Of course, my lord. Thank you. You heard the General. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey any command. Report to me upstairs when you're done.
You wouldn't hurt me, would ya? We're mates, me and you. Practically family. You won't regret this. Praise the Absolute.
Zarel won't be pleased about this. She strikes me as the type to enjoy a little bloodshed.
In another lifetime, you were greeted in this throne room like a god, not the living wreck you are now. Your disgrace has something to do with this Ketheric. You yearn to flay him until he forgets himself, as you have. With difficulty, you banish the pooling evil that bewitches your quivering limbs. Perhaps parts of you were scattered in this spire. Time to knit yourself together.
The seat of the Absolute's power, occupied by a general that cannot be killed. But his followers are flesh and blood. We must learn what fuels his power.
From this seat, Ketheric defied gods and raised an army for the Absolute. It is not particularly comfortable.
Good back support, but a little too tyrannical for my tastes.